Hi everybody, David Harper here. This sadly is the very last Peterborough Festival of Antiques in the history of humankind. I know it sounds pretty dramatic, but it is in fact very dramatic because all of the land around here in Peterborough soon will be redeveloped and it'll be a housing estate. So no more antiques fairs at Peterborough. It's very sad, but don't worry. You're going to get a chance to have a wander around the fair with me right now. This is the last time you will ever get to see it. Sit back, get a cup of tea, or even something a bit stronger, and enjoy yourselves. And off we go. So this is Easter weekend, it's the Saturday, and there are literally hundreds of dealers and thousands of buyers.
I am fully prepared to buy that chair for you.
And that was an American accent. Did you hear that? Did you pick up on that one? So we get visitors from all over the world. It's truly an international fair. But the organisers, of course, have several other fairs throughout Britain as well, so all very similar to this. But the Peterborough one, this is it. This is the very last time. If ever you come here to this very land in the future, it'll be full of houses. It's sad because I was just talking to an auctioneer actually, Colin Young, who you might recognise from television, and he was saying that all of the dealers that come here to Peterborough, of course, they have to buy their stock somewhere. So he's very disappointed because a lot of the dealers buy from him in his auction room. So the knock-on effect, even though the organisers are going to find a new venue somewhere, a new location at some point, you know, from now until that point, there's going to be a big void. So it's going to have a knock-on effect throughout the trade. But it's such an exciting venue, this. I mean, you just never know what you're going to find. Let me know in the comments if you see something that you really like. I don't mind at all. Do you mind if because I'm filming for my YouTube, do you mind if I keep filming as we do a selfie?
Oh, a selfie?
Yeah, are you going to do a selfie? Is that what you're going to do? Oh, your wife's going to do it?
No. Would you mind taking us a picture?
Do you know this lady?
Yeah,
She looked like she was going to run away with your phone.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I just... yeah.
Brilliant.
Thanks, David.
Thanks very much.
No, because he doesn't.
He doesn't know.
No, we know you know.
Bloody bargain at you, so
Antiques Road Trip. Check me out on YouTube, on my channel I'm filming for here today.
Right.
And Facebook as well.
Nice
And
one.
you'll see yourself.
I will do.
There you go, you'll be a star. Yeah. Cheerio.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, nice to see you. You see how friendly the people are at these places, honestly. I mean, you could come here alone and leave with several friends. Maybe not literally, but still, you get the idea. You can bring your credit cards, get your cash out. Sorry. That's a lovely chair. Look at that wing arm chair in a green velvet with those tapered legs and the casters, which are later. But what a good looking thing. So based on the Georgian design that, but I'd say that was Edwardian, so the Georgian revival period, kind of circa 1910. But what a grand chair that is. Can't see a ticket, but what's it going to be? £200, 250, no more than that. And yet to make that chair in that quality, don't let me stop you. You go by. Honestly.
It's a nice surprise to see you.
Oh well, that's very sweet of you.
I watch you every evening.
Oh, you don't think it's odd me just talking to myself here?
No, I've got quite used to you. Oh no, your trousers aren't as colourful as usual.
I know. The white. They're probably the wrong choice for today.
It is the right choice.
Yeah, they'll be very black by the time I get in the car.
Good luck anyway, nice to see you.
Lovely to see you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. So yeah, to make that chair new to the same standard, I don't want to bang on about this upholstery thing too much, as I know I always do, but it would cost you a couple of £1,000. And you can buy a chair like that here at the Peterborough Antiques Fair for a couple £100, or in the future, Newark, and other big antiques fairs, in fact, all around the world in truth, which really sort of gets me onto the subject of sustainability and environmentally friendly products. So the green chair there was made over 100 years ago. You couldn't get any more environmentally friendly than that green chair, could you? So you're doing the planet a favour by buying these vintage and antique objects. Wow, that's a good looking thing. Is this your stand? Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good. Do you mind if
I've been waiting for you.
Have you?
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you, David. How are you?
Very well. You don't mind if you appear on my YouTube channel?
No, not the slightest little
Oh,
bit.
marvellous. Good to see you.
Crack on, young man.
It is fabulous, isn't it?
Do you know what? I've had a lovely time. It's been a lovely day. Sold some lovely things. I want to sell those two things. They're nice.
Well, I was drawn to that George III. I think it is a period thing, isn't it?
It is period. Yeah. It's. I've got this great story in my mind because it's mahogany on the inside,
Yeah.
and I've got this thing in my mind where the bloke's had it made. He's got it home. And his wife's gone, "Oh, it's a bit dark."
Yeah.
And he sent it back out, and somebody's put all that lovely walnut on it.
Yeah. All the inlays.
Inlays.
Yeah.
What is it?
Inlays.
Inlays,
Yeah.
everything. And he's matched it all down the side. And I'd like to think it's like a precursor to a kind of a Davenport.
It's got that look to
It's
it, hasn't
got-
it?
it's got the
yeah.
look to
It's
it.
got a campaign sort of idea made to travel.
Exactly. The handles, I'm pretty sure, were put on in the 19th century, to be fair.
Can I go and examine it?
Oh, it's £5 to examine that. No, of course you can. Go and fill your boots.
It is
It's beautiful.
gorgeous.
inside and out.
So this is George III, 1790, 1800 in date. Pull out slide. It's a stylish campaign bureau. Wow. Okay.
That.
So it would have had a top on here to hide the well.
Yes, it would have. Unfortunately, over the last 250 odd years.
Yeah.
I think somebody messed up with it. Who knows?
You have to be a bit forgiving, don't you?
We're going to forgive them, but
Yeah.
it gets better because where the well is, obviously you have a full straw front. You've got a little cubby hole here. So, and you can see if you look inside, it's the sort of thing you can't fake that stuff.
No, you can't.
You can't make it look that old. Everything
Yeah.
is right on it. And if you take the drawers out, it's got typically the deep. The Davenports have the deep drawers that way.
Yes.
Well, this has got the deep drawers this way, and they are literally. I mean, the joints on them are perfect. Everything's right.
It is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
It is an absolute. It's just a
I'm
lovely
just wondering
thing.
about these inlays. I think they look relatively period, or are you thinking that they were done in the Edwardian period?
I think it's earlier than the Edwardian period. It would not surprise me. It's still got a Georgian feel
It's
to the
very
whole
Georgian
thing.
in the decoration.
Exactly.
But
So
yeah.
I don't think it was done at the same time as it was built.
So do you think it was sent back to
Yeah, I
the
do.
workshops to be what they referred to at the time as being improved?
Exactly.
Didn't they?
I mean, it's just been done too nicely. Even the miniature, right, where he's got literally the hours it must have taken
Yeah.
to literally put in each individual piece
Yeah.
with the odd colours on it and everything.
It's
just a waste of
absolutely
time.
delicious.
It
Now
really
then,
is.
for the viewers at home,
Yeah.
I'm wondering, they must be thinking, what is it worth? In fact, they're probably screaming, stop rabbiting on, you two. How much is it? Now-
You and I both know, right?
Yeah,
That things like this, they have a value, they have a look,
yeah,
and some people like it. The interesting thing is, these two things were made almost 200 years apart.
yeah, true.
And yet this one's £1,100. It's beautiful, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
It's a lovely thing.
Yeah.
This one, probably 400 quid.
I mean, it is, you couldn't buy
Go and make
the
it.
mahogany.
Go and make it. Well, you can't buy the mahogany, period.
You can't buy the mahogany.
You can't.
But
You'd
you
have to
are
go
right.
and break
So,
something.
do you know what? I think there is a video in me buying something like this and taking it to a cabinet maker
Yeah.
and saying, do me a favour, strip it,
Yeah.
break it down into its component parts.
And get more money.
And yeah, or price me
Yeah.
for making a copy. And it's going to be £3,000,
Easily.
£4,000,
Easily.
something like
It's
that.
It's the time. I mean, you look at that, you think, oh, it's a couple of bits of wood, knock them together.
Oh gosh, no.
But when you actually look closely at it, you can see the hours that's spent there.
It is utterly
Thank
beautiful.
you.
And
Thank
it's
you very
always
much.
a great delight to see you.
Thanks, darling. See you soon.
See you
Be good.
soon. Bye-bye. Well, you see, there is just... I don't even know where to begin with that Georgian thing. I mean, it's 200 and something years old. Yes, the inlays may have been put in a bit later, but that's part of its story. And it's 400 quid. You'll get a bit of discount probably. £400 for something that would cost you £4,000 to make. And remember the environmental credentials. I've got to start making more videos about those sorts of things. Well, I never. I mean, just the variety of objects that you can find. I mean, where is that from? Where is that from? I think it's Nigerian. Do you mind if I come in and film that object? So, thank you. Thank you. I think, is it West African? Benin?
I was told it was Koli, K-O-L-I.
As in the tribe?
Yeah.
I think,
That's that.
I don't know, my viewers all around the world might know better. But what a good looking thing. I think it's Benin, but what a thing. Wowzer. And look at that. That's a hell of a steamer chair, isn't it? Isn't that gorgeous? Wonderful. Do you mind appearing on my YouTube? Not while having your lunch. Thanks for... How much is the big sculpture? Oh, God. 420, 420 pounds. Well, there you go. I mean, where will you ever find another? Never, never. Thanks for letting me have a look. Appreciate it.
We got it out of an auction. Excuse me. It was a gentleman that had basically been travelling the world all of his life and
Yeah.
just collecting and collecting.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately passed away.
I think it's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely
It
amazing.
really is stunning.
I mean, if you put that in the hallway of a big posh house, it would look like it was 100 grand's worth.
At the at a height. So
Yes,
you can
it would,
appreciate
wouldn't it?
more.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wonderful. Right, I'll let you get back to your lunch. Lovely to see you both.
Have you seen those unusual? They're not death masks.
Go on, show me. They're not death masks. They look like death masks. Christopher Tucker was a British makeup artist. Ah, prosthetic makeup for horror films. So they were made for horror films.
So they're all one-offs.
How very interesting.
This is, oh no, I forgot his name. David Niven.
Oh, let's have a look. Oh, I'm a big fan of David Niven.
Excuse me, but he did a.
Wow.
You can see it when you.
That is David Niven.
He did a horror spoof in the 70s, something
Right.
to do with vampires.
Well, I know, because he was a great comedy actor as well, David Niven, wasn't he? Have you read his autobiography?
I haven't.
The Moon is a Balloon. It's a very...
I've heard that.
Yeah, it's a
actually.
good recommendation. He's a hilarious
Um,
writer.
it's Keith Allen,
Oh my goodness me. I mean, that's so realistic. It's shocking, isn't
and
it?
it's chewing gum in his mouth.
Oh, I think I prefer the David Niven. Wonderful. Thanks for having a look.
You're welcome.
See you. Bye. I didn't ask how much the masks are. Just in case anybody's interested.
Do that every time I take a bite.
No. How much is David Niven?
David Niven's 260,
Yeah.
but ranging from 80. We
Yeah.
have about 15 of these at home.
Do you really?
We've got Robert Duvall, we've got quite a few well-known actors.
How can people
80,
get in touch with you if they're interested?
130. Well, we just come to the fairs, really.
Okay, well, I'll put links in the video to the fair organisers, and all the fair dates will be there. Just a good example of what you can buy here.
Excuse me.
Every time you take a bite, I film you. Great to see you both. Bye. Right. You see the conversations you can have. You just wander around here. It will take you all day to do the whole fair because people will just happily share their passions, their interests, and show you things that are just different. It's amazing. I mean, you tell me where else you can go for a shopping experience like this. See, that's a lovely table. That's an 18th century table there, but it's been recarved. It's been sent back to the workshops in the 19th century to be improved. It's just what they did to make it more fashionable again. Again, probably worth a couple of £100. Good looking thing. And it goes on and on all over the place, and the weather is glorious as well today. I could spend all my time outdoors, but I must show you, before I end the video, indoors. Now here at Peterborough there are indoor, like that big modern building over there, which I'll take you into in a second, but then we've got the sheds here. Now remember, this is the very last one, but at similar fairs you'll find similar kind of setups, so much variation. I'll take you down one, and then I'll go down there and then come round and out this one. So I assume these are old cattle sheds, I think. On a day like today, it's very hot outside, so it's lovely and cool in here, but I've filmed here many times over the years, and when you're in these sheds on a cold, howling winter's day filming for BBC antique programmes, I can tell you it gets very cold indeed, but on a day like today it's absolutely perfect. So you kind of get the idea. Whatever you want, whatever you're looking for, I think you'll find it. I'll go down one more. You see it goes all the way down there. It's nice also actually at these antiques fairs that they do mix it with crafts, you know, handmade embroidered cushions like that, all one-offs, most of them I would have thought, you know, things that you can't buy on the high street, you know. And then what's that? Pigeons maybe? I mean, just, you couldn't make it up, could you? Hello. Taxidermy. I know I do get quite a few complaints from some people when I feature taxidermy, but you know, it is part of the past, and what can you do? You just have to kind of accept it and don't do it again, but you can't destroy it, I don't think. I think that would be wrong. Anyway, there's another conversation. Hello, hi there. And now we're going to what they refer to as the main hall. There are kind of offshoot halls as well. I'll show you the main one. So this is where you will find here at Peterborough, but also all of the other fairs organised by IACF as well. The smaller pieces, you know, the fine porcelains, the jewellery, the watches, I suppose the more expensive objects that need to be encased in cabinets. You can see, look, right in front of you. And it is absolutely huge. So there are probably millions of pounds worth of stock in here. Everything from diamond rings, watches, to Worcester porcelain, to Georgian glass. Everything you can imagine. Just beautiful objects everywhere you look. Do you mind if I film inside the cabinet?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Thank you very much. So lovely silver, look at that. Pocket watches, tea caddy spoons. Oh, thank you. Oh, lovely. Now I'm fine actually. I can get in there. That's lovely. Novelty silver is always sought after. So anything just unusual, made out of a high quality material like silver, is very good news.
thank you. Thanks very much indeed.
Brilliant, thank you.
Right, see that one?
What have you got?
More silver bits and pieces.
More silver bits and pieces. You don't mind being on my YouTube channel, do you?
No, I guess not.
No, because it's not live, but I'm filming for my YouTube for the fair as well. I'm just having this is the very last one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which
it's
is
all
sad,
gone.
isn't it?
It's very sad, yeah.
Yeah. Do you do them all?
I do quite a few,
Yeah,
around
yeah.
the country.
Yeah.
Local and larger ones,
Yeah.
here, there and various other places.
Yeah.
Mostly closer to home in Oxfordshire, but
Right. Okay. So this is not too far for you, I don't
not
suppose.
too bad. It's about an hour and 45
Yeah.
from home, stay overnight, so
Yeah. Well, it's a lifestyle, isn't it?
yes, it's part of the fun of the
It's,
business.
exactly. Let me have a look inside this. You're
So-
beautifully displayed, I
Thank
must
you.
say. So that's an engine-turned cigarette case. Probably, yeah, not probably, definitely from the 1920s. You can see that decoration there. Lots of spoons. In the world of antiques, silver spoons are always popular. Presentation spoons here, set of 6, look. I bet they've never been used. This was often the way they were bought. They were very expensive, given as a gift for a wedding or a birthday or even a christening, and then put away for special occasions which rarely ever came up. They were just left in their cases. And I always find things like this really interesting. So look at that. So we've got some silver sugar tongs from the Georgian period, 1809, so George III. And so when one would take tea in those days and you'd want some sugar, you wouldn't dip your spoon in or your finger in, you'd get your sugar tongs out. So taking tea was much more of a ritual, a social event in those days. And, talk about social history and transporting yourself back in time. For 38 quid, they are incredible, aren't they? Over 200 years old for under 40 quid. It's just, anyone who says antiques are expensive really needs to visit a place like this. And that's interesting, little snuff box. So made out of papier-mâché and made in the 19th century when taking snuff was a very popular pastime. So it's an individual one. It's not like what they might call a desk snuff. It was made to carry around in a pocket. Lovely decoration, painting on the top there, which has faded over time. But again, 28 quid, lovely. Wowzer, absolutely gorgeous. Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I could go on forever and you'd probably fall asleep. We must do more of these actually when I visit other antiques fairs around the country. Just have a wander, meet people and just find objects on the hoof, no preparation, just see what happens. And if you like dogs, there are always dogs at these fairs.